and you are executing the program. And yesterday's concept is request dispatcher. We concentrated on hierarchy for awareness purpose. In the hierarchy, servlet implemented to generic servlet, generic servlet extended to HTTP servlet. If we construct the program using servlet, we have to construct body for all 5 methods because all that 5 methods are abstract methods. Whenever we construct servlet program using generic servlet, only one abstract method available, that is service. So we construct the body for service method. INIT and destroy methods are optional methods. INIT and destroy methods are optional methods. Optional means if you want, you can write. If not, you can skip them. That's the meaning. When to write, I only will educate it. You have to wait it slowly. Now, if you write servlet program using HTTP servlet, all methods are optional only. Even service method not mandatory. It can be replaced with do post. Do post is not mandatory. You can replace with do get. So where to use do get, where to use do post, I only will educate. So it takes time to reveal that points slowly, we increase and come. Yesterday I given hierarchy. That hierarchy meaning is educating a student, not only implementing from servlet. I had 2 more choices. I can implement from generic servlet and construct servlet program. I can extend from HTTP servlet and construct the program. So 2 more options also available for us. I revealed a point by yesterday to you. To construct one program based on this generic servlet now here. I took a concept yesterday known as request dispatcher. Request dispatcher is one interface from Java X.Servlet package and which supports servlet communications. Servlet communications we can visualize in 3 ways. Servlet communicating to servlet, servlet communicating to HTML, servlet communicating to JSP. These 3 types of communications we can do with the servlet program. Whenever we want to perform servlet communication, this request dispatcher will provide 2 methods to us. One is forward method, one is include method. It's a theory. Using forward method, we can perform forward communication process. So what is forward communication process? Servlet program 1 will take the request and forward the request to servlet program 2. Servlet program 2 will give the response. That's the meaning of it. In include communication process, servlet program 1 will take the request and generate the response also. But the response is included with the response of servlet program 2. That we call it as include communication. Theoretically, everybody should read it. Everybody should remember forward communication and include communication, the theory. Now, yesterday after writing the notes now, sir, how to create object for request dispatcher? Request dispatcher is one interface. You have to create object for it or not now, right? Make it. Today's class starts with we use get request dispatcher method from servlet request. We use get request dispatcher method. Online students, are you clear with my voice? Cross check it once. Right. Okay. So we use getRequestDispatcher method from servlet request to create implementation object for request dispatcher interface. We use getRequestDispatcher method from servlet request to create implementation object for request dispatcher interface. Directly syntax I am writing request dispatcher some rd is equal to req dot get request dispatcher. Here we are passing some URL pattern to whom you are communicating. The servlet URL pattern. If you are communicating with servlet URL pattern. If you are communicating with HTML file name. If you are communicating with JSP file name, you have to give it. Request dispatcher RD is equal to REQ dot get request dispatcher. If you are communicating with a servlet program, you must pass URL pattern. If you are communicating with HTML, you have to pass HTML file name. If you are communicating with JSP, you have to pass JSP file name. So theory. Draw one box and keep it request dispatcher. Right. Now, operations I'll take. This program available in core also. For you, if I select add, it has to perform addition. If I select subtract, it has to perform subtraction. That program is an old program from core Java, but here I am presenting with multiple servlets. Concept is how to write application with multiple servlets. That's the concept. Okay, right. See there. First, whenever you want to write something, I said no. First only we should draw one diagram. One diagram and layout you have to draw first. From there only construction must happen. Up to now, 3 applications are in your hand. One user based, some username, mail ID, something. That is not complete, that for demo purpose only. Second one is some product. I given yesterday to you product. And one more I took book details, similar. That's for practice purpose, demo practice. How many of you done the 3 applications? Raise your hands. Right. Okay. How many of you constructed good view? Raise your hands. View. Right. So construct view also. Whenever you, because whatever you know, you should practice. No, I know HTML, sir. I must practice. No, sir. I know CSS. I'll practice. I know JavaScript. You can do validation there. So whatever the trainer given notes, you try on it. At last you learned to apply here only. No, sir, I went to HTML, CSS, JavaScript today. First you have to construct our program. If it is running, then first development only, everywhere first development only. First program running, sir. Then I will, whenever I find time is there, I'll open HTML, CSS, JavaScript material, I'll open. So whatever the idea, I'll get it. I'll add some color, means some red, green, blue, some whatever you want. One good view, I will create it. So like this, for all applications, slowly you practice that. UI also you should practice. Okay, right. Now today, application demonstrating. Example application demonstrating request dispatcher. I am demonstrating request dispatcher layout. What I am going to do. what I am going to do. The complete picture I am drawing first only, what I am going to do. So complete layout I am drawing first only. That's called developer view. Developer view has high demand in the market. Very high demand you had. The reason that view only will play a backbone to your project. Developer not there means project not there. Developer not there means source code not there. If developer is not there means UI engineer not there. Developer not there means tester not there. Understood the statement? Developer not there means DB engineer not there. They all depends upon your project code writing only. So developer view has high power. So first only visualizes before writing the code. He take one paper and write, I am going to do this. This is the view of my imagination, the draw one diagram. So I am drawing one view. What I'm going to do, one view. Okay, right. This you have to practice. Sir, my application will be deployed. Sir, when my application deployed, the first object created is servlet context. Yes, sir, no, na. Day before yesterday, I given a notes to you. Servlet context. Everything, whatever you learned it, you must remember it. Not only remembering, you should carry forward and go to the company also. The reason, advanced Java comes under technology. You must apply. Core Java, don't carry that programs to market. That Fibonacci series or reversing a number, whatever you practice it, that you should not carry to the market. They are not there. The programs what you typed in core Java, don't carry them. Carry the concept only. Here, concept also, some programs also you must carry and go. Because our programs will have some mini project models will be there. So, sir, I am visualizing when my project deployed, the knowledge what I gained for few days, here one object will come, sir. I am visualizing one object. This object is servlet context is coming. So one object, no, sir. I'll have one address where one server information will come like Tomcat. What this object will do, I am going to reveal it anyway. Sir, after this, my control will go to web.xml. Automatically control will go to web.xml. From that web.xml, my HTML input file is coming, sir. I'm imagining one input.html. I'm imagining from this web.xml only, this input file will come. In this input file, I am taking one value 1. I am taking one value 2. I am asking to enter value 1 and value 2. I am asking. I am asking the user to enter value 1 and value 2. I'll give the name for this field, sir. That is V1 and V2. V1 and V2. I'll give it. Here I'll give the option, sir. One submit button. I'll take add. One submit button. I'll take subtract. Remaining 3 are assignments. Multiplication, division, modulo division. 3 is assignment for you. Okay, right. Now, I'm giving a name for this submit button. I'll give a name for this submit button because I must do add a subtract. I should decide it. No, sir. Right. So I'll take the same name here. S1 I'll take. This also I'll take S1 only. Same name you have to take because you are going to submit any one submit button, no, whether add or subtract, you are going to submit. Now here, action is equal to choice. I will take it. I'll take one URL pattern choice. Now, based on this choice now, one choice servlet will come. One choice servlet. Imagine it. One choice servlet will come. One choice. So this one is choice servlet. When the servlet program loaded, automatically one object created. Yes or no? Na? That object is servlet config. This servlet config will hold servlet name. That is choice servlet. It's going to hold the name. So one object created, sir, here 0x2. Then this object is created, sir, 0x3. Roughly imagine it. Now one request object I'm imagining, sir, here. One request object. Servlet servlet request. Because your service method is available, no? Servlet request. So 0x4. This is REQ parameter name. Sorry, reference name. Here, servlet response. Servlet servlet response. Servlet response 0x5 res the point. Now whatever the data is submitted here, I submitted 12 and 10 I submitted. The data will come here. I clicked on add. So whatever I click, it will come here. Here V1 is equal to 12 will come. V2 is equal to 10 will come. Here S1 is equal to add will come. Or if we selected subtract will come. Anyone. If we select, of course, I selected add only, add will come. But diagrammatic, I'm saying or. The data is available there now. When the data is available there now, read this S1 here. So read this S1 here. Means take that S1 into the logic. Now here. Now S1 will have two options. S1 or na. S1 may have subtract. S1 may have add. Anyone will be there or not now? Add or subtract. So that may be add or that may be subtract. So that may be add or that may be subtract. Anyone will be there. In that S1, add or subtract will be there. Add or subtract. So if it is add, the control should go to another servlet program. If it is add, the control should go to ADDITION, addition servlet, running on URL pattern AD. Sorry, if it is subtract, control should come to subtraction servlet. Subtraction, SERVLET, subtraction, right? running on SP. The control should come here. If it is add, the control should come here. If it is subtract, the control should come here. All of you understood that? Yes or no? Now, right. Now, S1 equals to add means forward the control to addition servlet. If it is equal to subtract, forward the control to subtraction servlet. That's the meaning of it. Now, whenever I forward it, I am forwarding the request only. Whenever I forwarded the request, the servlet will be loaded. When the servlet loaded, remember, here servlet config will come. For each servlet will have its own config. For every servlet will have its own config. So servlet config will come. So here 0C, roughly I'm writing 0C11, one address. Same name will be there. Dot name will be given. Every servlet will have its own service method. So request object will come. SERVLET, servlet request. Servlet request. 0C22. This is 33 and request. Y means 0. This object should come, no. 0x22. This object, then this object. Now, very important point now. Now the control is coming from choice servlet to addition servlet. The control is coming. That's called forward. Whenever you forwarded now, whatever the data is available here, the data available there or not, V1, V2, that will be forwarded. In forward communication, the data will be forwarded. When the data is forwarded, the data will be here now. The data will come and available here now. V1 is equal to 12 will come. V2 is equal to 10 will come. Here S1 is equal to add will come because we selected add. All of you understood this? Yes or no? Right. Now take this V1, take this V2, because you have to take the data inside. No, sir, take this V1 and take this V2. V1, V2 values, you can take it. After taking V1 and V2, give the response. You have to provide the response. Servlet response. SERVLET, servlet response. The servlet response object 0C44RES. Whenever you want to send the response, you have to take the support of print writer. Yes or no? You must take the support of print writer. Wherever the response is there, if you want to send a response, you must take print writer. Print writer. This print writer 0C55. This is PW. Print writer. Now internally it is connected. Internally it is connected. So from here, what is this? From here, the response will come here. From here, the response will come. How the response will come now? Response is sum is equal to 12 plus 10, no? 22. When the sum is equal to 22 came here, this is the response. The response must be included with HTML file again. Again, you should include input.html. Again, that input file must be included. This is the response. Again, it should be included. Understood? Now, the response must be included with the HTML file. Again, here, value 1. Understood the point? Right. Value 2. Here, add and subtract. You understood the concept? Dot. It should be included. So this is the output we are expecting. That this output. All have understood this diagram up to here, right? So based on S1 is equal to add, control will come to addition servlet. From addition servlet, the answer will come out. Sum is equal to 22 and it is included with the input.html again. It's a concept. Suppose if it is subtract. So control is on subtraction servlet. In subtraction servlet again, here servlet config. SERVLET servlet config. Now 0 ched 11. Roughly I'm writing. So here servlet name will come. Here also this object created 0 ched 22. Now here response. Request. SERVLET servlet request. 0 ched 33. This is request. Same. In forward communication, V1 will be 12. The data will come. V2 is equal to 10. And here S1 is equal to subtract. Now we take V1 and V2. Same concept. Take V1, V2. V1 and V2. Now the response will come. Whenever the response is coming now here. Servlet response. SERVLET servlet response. 0 ched sum 44. Here print writer. Wherever I want to send a output, print writer. Here 0 ched 55 PW. And this is RES, internally connected. Now response will come out. From here, response will come. Here, subtraction is equal to 2 will come because 12 minus 10, 2 will come. And again, input.html should come. Again, input.html. Again, value 1, value 2, ... Again, repeated. This is the output. Again, it is repeating with input.html or not now. So this is the layout. Can I convert this program into code now? Right. Same thing. Nothing is there. How many servlets I'm using now? 2 servlets are 3 servlets are 3 servlets. What are they now? choice servlet, addition servlet, subtraction servlet. What is the URL pattern for choice servlet now? Choice. What is the URL pattern for addition servlet now? AD. What is the URL pattern for subtraction servlet now? SP. So 3 servlets, 1 HTML, 1 XML. Okay, right. The information through this diagram is every servlet is having its own config object, request object, response object. If I want, I'll create print writer. If I don't want, I will not create print writer. For choice servlet, I not given print writer. The reason I'm not giving any response from choice servlet. Wherever I want to provide some data through response, I'll create object for print writer. That's the meaning. And overall project is having only single object, context. Have you observed or not now? How many context objects created now? Only one context object. That's very important point. Total web application will have only one context object, but every servlet program will have its own config, request, and response. All of you clear about the diagram now? Print writer is optional. Whenever I want to send something, print writer, because we are only writing now print writer PW. If you want, you'll write that line. If not, you'll skip it. That's the information through this diagram. Now say like this. Whenever you are doing a practical, don't concentrate on your coding. Coding will come. If you are correct in analysis, coding will come. Coding is a secondary part. First part is analysis. First, you have to design one analysis diagram on the paper. From that, you have to develop the code and come. That only POC. When you are a fresher, one person will be monitoring you. Some managers will be there, be monitoring, experts in codes. So they'll send the task to you. I want like this, you will say. He became a senior now already. He'll take a recruitist like you, freshers. I want like this. He'll send one layout to you. That layout should be converted into code form. That only your task. Complete task will not come. Part by part, they'll come. So this week they'll give some part. Next week they'll give some part. Like this, they'll ask you to code it. That diagram only for you. POC diagram, point of concept. Concept available now. Total already program concept you understood no. That concept you are presenting in the source code now. Now I'm entering. Can I code the same thing now? See there, observe it. From where I should start it now? Sir, let us start with input.html. Let us start it. So already layout will be pasted to you anyway. Sir, I am starting with input.html. I will start it. I stopped the Tomcat. I am opening the Eclipse. Now. I am creating a new project now. See there, click on file, new project, dynamic web project. Next, servlet, SERVLET, servlet application 3. Click on finish. Right click on this application, build path, configure build path, libraries, select class path, add external jars, go to Tomcat folder, lib, servlet API, select it, servlet API, open, apply and close. Under SRC down, main, under web app, correctly select it and right click it, new and HTML file. So here, name the file now, input.html. This input.html coming in the web app or not, you have to cross check. Click on finish. After opening the file also, keep the cursor here. Keep the cursor here. You'll understand. This one. So input.html, type it. I am not using anything, any tags here. Plain form tag I am using. Form tag. Action is equal to what now? Choice. Method is equal to always post you take it. Post. Here, enter the value 1. Enter the value 1. You enter it. Now, input type is equal to text. Name is equal to V1. Whatever you type it there, that only. Enter the value 2. Enter the value 2. This is V2. Now, input type is equal to submit. Submit. Value is equal to add. Name is equal to S1. Now, this one I want. Add and subtract I want. So, input.html is ready, no? Right. So, this is input.html. Whatever you selected here, that only input.html. Add, subtract. Now, control will go to choice servlet, no? Now, construct that choice servlet. Choice servlet dot Java. What is the power of that diagram means? Now you are following me. Yes or no? Na? Louder. What is happening? You are understanding now, no? Because diagram already there with you. At least some view. Without, if I don't show the diagram, what happened? You will think your mind will be working somewhere. I'll be working somewhere. But first of all, I given a layout. No, what is happening? There is a power of that. That is going one teaching strategy also. Corner, making one corner point of mindsets of different students to one location. So who are interested, they'll be visualizing. Okay, SAR is constructing input.html. He is going to choice servlet. Means from the diagram but what I'm going to do, already visualization is there for you already. What I'm going to do. So already we are visualizing and coming. So construct it. So with your few practices happen last 2 days. What are the practice now? Under Java resources, here SRC, right click, new, create one package. Always I'll take test package, click on finish, right click on test, new, I am taking a class. I will not take a automated code here. Automated will come, servlet. But even then throughout the course, I'll write manual only. Right. After understanding, you people go with automated. Okay, right. I'll be typing manual and coming to educate you. So here I want to take choice servlet, choice servlet I'm taking. Now import java.io, import java x.servlet, import java x.servlet.annotation @web servlet of double quotes / choice. Take it. Now comes here. Sir, it should be implemented from servlet, extended from generic servlet, extended from HTTP servlet. 3 options are there. In real time, HTTP servlet. Always in real time companies, HTTP servlet only we use it. We never use a generic and we never use a servlet. In training process, you must touch all, no? Because I given 1 or 2 programs in first servlet I given. Now I am writing 1 or 2 programs on generic servlet. Finally, remaining all I'll write in HTTP servlet. That's the strategy. So I'm taking what now? Generic servlet I am taking. Generic servlet I am taking. Generic servlet is one abstract class holding many methods. Among that, 3 lifecycle methods: init, service, destroy. Init method is a concrete method. Body is there. For destroy method is a concrete method. Bodies, empty bodies are there. So they will come if you don't write it also. Already in the above two programs, you are writing empty bodies only, no? That only a generic servlet given, because anyway you are not writing code in no code you are writing already. Why this headache to you? You construct only one method. That is what now? Service method. Public void service of servlet request. Servlet request REQ SERVLET. Servlet response RES throws. SERVLET. Servlet exception and IO exception. Point. Generic servlet. Where is extents? Right. Okay. All have understood this now, right? So no need write INIT. Writing INIT, writing no code. Why is a headache for you? So if you want it, use it. I'll use it. Don't worry. Beans will come, DAOs will come. I'll use it. So present, they are all not available. No, sir, I'm not using. I'm writing only service method. Writing 4 other methods, headache not done for me, right? Service method. Inside this service method, this choice servlet is not sending any response. Choice servlet is not sending any response. It is just checking what S1 contains here. Now take this S1 here. Sir, take this S1 here. I am taking. See there. String S1 is equal to REQ dot get parameter of S1. The S1 came. Now write it. If that S1 dot equals method. Do you remember equals method from string chapter? Right. Equals method. If it is equal to add. If it is true, okay. Else. So if it is add, true. If it is not add, false. You know equals method from java.lang.string class. Equals method return type is Boolean. True or false. You know that concept. Okay, right. Now add. If it is true, control should go to addition servlet. If it is false, the control should go to subtraction servlet. How I should send to addition servlet now? Create object for request dispatcher. Request dispatcher RD is equal to REQ dot get request dispatcher. Now you are going to send the data to whom? See there, all of you. So request dispatcher, you are sending the data to whom? I want to send the data to AD. AD means what now? Addition. Just now I written note today. Request dispatcher, for whom you are sending the data. I am sending the data to one URL pattern. What is the URL pattern now? Add is the URL pattern. All of you understood this syntax, yes or no to me, right? Now, request dispatcher is getting information. I must dispatch the request to one servlet. Request dispatcher, English meaning is sending the request. I must send the request to one servlet running on URL pattern AD. Now, what kind of communication I should do with AD? What type of communication I should do with AD? According to our program, do forward communication you do. Because here who is giving the response now? Choice servlet is not giving the response. Addition servlet is giving the response. Means servlet 1 not giving the response. Servlet 2 is giving the response. So do the forward communication. So we'll write RD dot forward request and response. I am forwarding the control. All have understood this line now. Now control will go to servlet program running on URL pattern AD with forward communication. In forward communication, the data which is available in the request that is loaded to the request object of second servlet will be loaded. Because in the request, the data is flowing, the data will go and sit there. It's a concept. Sir, if it is else, if it is false, then request dispatcher request dispatcher RD is equal to REQ dot get request dispatcher. If it is else, I should communicate with URL pattern SP. I want to communicate that AD and SP I am taking from the diagram. For you in the real time, the diagram will come. The diagrams will come to you. Means diagram or one question format will come. One text format or diagrammatical form will come. You have to convert them into code forms. Their class names will be there, method names will be there, URLs they will give it. They'll give a common. Why means the codes will be sharing, no? They will not write, they'll construct one servlet and come, they will not say. If I say, you'll write some XYZ servlet, PQR servlet, you'll write it. Again, some code writer has to change it, no? Why this headache? They only will give a name to you. Understand? They only will give a name of method. They only will give a name. Everything they will monitor you. They'll collect the codes from you. Somebody will recollect them and send to somebody. So it is a many people will be working in the projects, no? That names will come to you. URL names and class names will come to you. What are needed? So now the control is coming to SP here. All of you understood this coding now? Here one doubt. Sorry. What kind of communication now? RD dot forward communication only. Here also forward. If it is add, forward to AD, else forward to SP. That's a concept. Here print writer not available, set content type not available. The reason choice servlet is not giving any response. It is forwarding the control to next servlets. Here one doubt will come. Here same variables I taken, no, error will not come because if block different, else block different. That block different, this block different. If any variable declared in if, it will cannot be reflected to else. If you write anything in the else, it cannot be reflected outside. They are local scopes. They will not come out. So same names you can take it, no problem. Now remove this warning by using suppress. You can remove it. Now this is your choice servlet. All of you clear about choice servlet? Choice servlet duty is over. Based on the selection given, I am forwarding the control to your addition servlet or super action servlet. Now write addition servlet and super action servlet. ADDITION addition servlet dot Java super action SERVLET dot Java. Two programs I am writing. Close this. Same, right click on test, new and class. Here ADDITION addition SERVLET addition servlet. Now core Java students understood why I written subclasses in the main core Java? Yes or no? I'll keep that main class away. I'll do all the programming subclass. See my notes. Yes. Only main class I'll keep main method. Nothing I'll write. Main method is not there. But the student will ask if I write here what happened, sir? Nothing happened. In core Java, no. Because we trainers knows what is happening in the future. But suddenly he will come from C language, no? Sir, I'll write everything in the main and come write it. But that is not used, no? Why? Which is not available? Why to waste the time? Why to waste your time? Time is precious. Why to waste the time which is not available? Understood the statement? And that's my intention is that as a core Java trainer, what is not available, I will not give a session. What is not available, I will not give. Pre-increment, post-increment nodes are not there in my core Java. They are all not there actually. When I am writing a server codes, they will not come actually. That operators will not come. Bitwise operator, shift operator, shift right. I said, nahi rehta hamara paas. Not there. Server core, intercode, right? Where is shift left, shift right? C language people will do. Because for them, server code not there, servers not there, HTML's not there, they can spend the time. Being a server code writer, where comes that? Understand the statement what I'm speaking? Today, public static void main not there. Scanner, skipping the data, no, that also not there, no. So many things will not be there. As a core Java analyst will take care actually. Why to waste the time? Time is precious. Why to waste the time? So some parts we decrease the times and we give the concept which is available. Their first 2 or 3 programs crossed, I'll introduce subclass. I'll do everything in the subclass. You are understanding or not understanding, we never bother. We'll be going with subclasses. At last, you only should understand it. We'll write all subclasses and come. Today, all are subclasses. Main method not there, sir. Addition servlet one subclass, choice servlet one subclass. It is one separate components coming. Now addition servlet. Now import java.io. Import java x.servlet. Import java x.servlet.annotation at the rate of web servlet. So here this is careful /ad. Diagram power is, if you'll write here, you'll forget it. In the diagram is there, you can see and write, no. So many people 405 problem, that only 405 problem, that URL pattern not master means 405. For online students, I am saying 405 problem also. No, sir, I written correctly, they'll say. They must, if they show the system, I'll detect it. No. For you, no problem, offline students. You are bringing one system, today or tomorrow, we'll correct it. If not, one lab faculty will correct it. Online students, listen carefully. Some statements. 405 means URL problem. 404 means web.xml problem. No, sir, I written correctly also, that only problem. 100%. So if not, uninstall everything and start installation once again. No choice. It's a defined errors in server. Okay, right. Now, here, this is carefully, because double quotes is there, no. /ad, you must write. Extends generic servlet. Write only one method. I only will write init destroy. You must wait it. Within 2 days, they will come inside. Okay, right. Now public void service. Even I'm not copying. I'm typing in front of you because I must pin into your mind. Service method. Sleeping also you must say. Servlet request, servlet response you must say. Because it will play a crucial role to you. Servlet. SERVLET, servlet request, REQ, servlet response, RES. Throws servlet exception, IO, exception, right. Here, error not there means automatically the method signature is correct. Here you must write print writer. Sir, why, sir? According to the diagram, you are sending the response, this green line. Response is coming or not now? If you want response, you must write print writer. All of you understood print writer? When you are writing print writer is mandatory or optional? Optional. Moreover, in the real-time projects, print writer not there. The reason, JSP is the output. What is the output for real-time market now? JSP. JSP became JSP-EL. JSP-EL became a Spring EL. That is a link happened in the real-time market. So print writer will be vanished. After 2 weeks, print writer also not available. JSP will come. But until then, wherever you want, you write print writer. Print writer PW is equal to res.getWriter. In the first diagram, I drawn the diagram to you already. res.set content type. Content type text or HTML. So I'll write these 2 lines whenever I want to put some messages or data as and responses. Now, according to the diagram, read V1, read V2, read V1, read V2. Read it. Now, Here exception will come, no? Yes or no, na? If I enter one float value, I want integer value or not now? If I enter float value, what exception will come? Input mismatch or number format exception? Number format exception will come. Input mismatch will come when the scanner is there. Here scanner available or not available? Not available. What will come now? Number format exception will come. So for this, write try catch. Try catch. Sir, which one is coming? I forget it, sir. Means write exception. Why this headaches are input mismatch, number format, real-time market, that only write exception and leave it. Exception is the parent of all disturbances. No, that only they will write it. For interview purpose, you must know what is input mismatch, what is number format. For interview purpose, in real-time scenario, write exception and leave it. Got it right? So exception choice is there, sir, for us. The reason, if I enter the value, the user may enter 12.34, 12.36 something, he may enter. All of you clear about the try catch? Inside the try catch, I am reading int v1 is equal to integer dot parse int, not s dot. What is it now? req dot get parameter of v1. All of you understood this line? Yes or no? For me, tension will come starting stage, no? So lot more is there. This is basics because database connections are coming. What is it? And beams will come and attributes will come. Session track, log in to log out. Beautiful things are waiting for you. So some basics you have to catch it. We are laying a base, means we are building the base strongly. Okay, right? So integer dot parse int, req dot get parameter return type is string. I am converting the string into int. V2. I am taking V2. Any disturbance comes, control will come to catch. You know already, control will come. Here add it. Sir, int V3 is equal to V1 plus V2. Where is the plus V2 adding? So print it. PW dot print ln sum is equal to V3 and print BR. BR means new line, right? Okay. Sir, if anything goes wrong here, exception comes, control will come to catch. From catch, PW dot print ln enter only integer values. One message I am keeping. One message I am keeping. So if exception not there, this message will come. If exception is there, this message will come. All of you clear about this statement? Right. Okay. Now, whether this message or this message, the message must be added with input.html again. Understood the point now, right? In yesterday's diagram, I changed the diagram, no? 1 minute. Servlet program 1 giving the response. Servlet program 1 means imagine it. Now, addition servlet is one servlet program 1. Imagine it. It is giving one response. The response is sum is equal to 22. Now, the response must be included with HTML. Understood this point? And now, This response coming from this program, addition servlet is one program providing one response, sum is equal to 22. The answer is going to come. That response must be included with one HTML file. That's the target. Got it right? For this, after the catch block, I am writing request dispatcher RD is equal to REQ dot get request dispatcher. Get request dispatcher. Now here I am taking input dot HTML. Now say it is a forward communication, include communication. You must include input.html with our message or not now. Now it is rd dot include request and response. Whether this message comes, include input.html. Whether this message comes, include.html. This is the program. All have understood the program? Okay, right. Now go for super action servlet. You go for super action servlet. Can I take save as here? That only no. Super action servlet. Super action servlet. Super action servlet. Here SB no. Here SB. Here super action no. Here super action. Now two servlets are ready. This is addition servlet. Add is there. This is super action servlet. Super action is there. All have understood this? Right. Now, sir, two programs are ready. Subtraction means minus. Addition means add. That's only difference. Remaining will be same. Now, last one is what now? Web.xml. I'm giving the least priority for web.xml because many people will be weaker. So one tag, because anywhere no training not available. You not yet trained anywhere about web.xml. XML documents available, many people don't know. So only one file introduced by Servlet. So web.xml. This web.xml carefully under web app, under WebINF, select WebINF, right click on WebINF, new, other, here XML, next, here web.xml, here WebINF, click on finish. Here, web application, welcome file, welcome file list. Welcome file, here input dot HTML. This is your web.xml. Can I run the program? Close all editors. Run the application. Right click, run as, run on server. Click on finish. Right. Select some 12. Select some 10. Add. Sum is equal to 22. Again, that HTML file is coming or not now? Right? If I ask this program in JDBC, while loop, no, sir. Repeating while loop, I++ will write. That headache not there here. That while loop, for loop not there. So already coming back at that only, no. If you take Gmail account login page, invalid again the page will come or not now. That only. Again it will come back no in all websites. If you take banking website, username password will come. Enter wrongly, invalid message will come. Again the page will come. Like this 3 times it repeats. That only. Request dispatcher will play a role. Now go for super action. 12, 10, super action. 2 is coming no. Now enter 12.3, enter 10, add. Enter only integer values coming or not now, right? So 12 and 12, 1.2 subtracts. Enter only, anyway, it is working. All of you understood the program? Yes or no? Na? Right. So here request dispatcher is playing a role. Request dispatcher will support you to establish communication between servlet to servlet, servlet to HTML, servlet to JSP in the future. So that is called servlet communication. This can be performed with the support of request dispatcher. Request dispatcher will provide 2 important methods, forward and include. Using forward, we perform forward communication. Using include, we perform include communication. It's a theory. So program is there and a diagram also there. Completely done or not now? One layout. So it became easy, no, by seeing this layout. Layout is helping or not helping, and it will help you. Practice that. If you are listening suggestions from trainer, practice it. You will become a short period code writers will become. If not, what is happening, what I am doing, I only don't know means you will never become a code writer. So you must control yourself, put on a paper what you are going to do. If you can practice like this in a short period, great control will be there on your code. Okay, right. Now in this, one more information available, that is servlet context. Sir, servlet context, only one object created. Servlet context, only one object created. That object, only one object created, sir. This one. Only one object. Write that statement to you. Here, note. Okay. Servlet context object is created for web application. Only one servlet context object is created for web application. But every servlet program in web application, but every servlet program in web application will have its own servlet config object, servlet request object, and servlet response object. Every servlet program in web application will have its own servlet config object, servlet request object, servlet response object. Now print writer object is optional object and which is created when we want to provide a response. Make a statement. Second point here, print writer object. Print writer object is an optional object. Optional object and which is created when we want to provide response. When we want to provide response, the theory. When we want to provide response, we use print writer. If not print writer, not needed. So meaning. Now, update the above application by adding the following options. I took add and subtract. No, you add remaining options. You should add. So assignment for today. Assignment. Update above application by adding the following options. The following options. The options are multiplication, division, modulo division, greater value, greater and smaller. If I click on greater, display the greater value. If I click on smaller, display means whether you are typing more than one servlet program and coming or not, but only concept. So how many servlets will come totally? Already 3 are there. How many will come here now? 5. So 3 plus 5, almost how much? 8 servlets will be there. Same program you type first, then you update and come. Choice servlet will write if else, if else, if else. You write nested if else and select the choice. If not, write switch case. Anything you can write, no problem. You know the option from your core Java, no, that you can write it. So whether you can perform correctly or not, you have to cross check. All of it clear? Right. So run this program and come. Tomorrow's class is database connection tomorrow. So bean object introduction, bean class rules, and linking database to your servlet program. That is for tomorrow. So once the database comes, the options will be increased very high. Okay, right. Tomorrow's class is linking to database. We are going to link it. Right. So do this program and come today. Take a break. Thank you very much for today.